Hello, car lovers. Driving the 2025 Mazda CX-70 mild hybrid inline six. I'm going to address all of that. What is this vehicle versus the CX-90? Basically, it's the two-row, whereas the CX-90 is the three-row. And you have no idea how many people, when I talk to them about the mid-size segment, Christopher, does it have a third row? Christopher, does it have a third row? Christopher, I really need a third row. I need to stick those kids back there. They're friends. And it's always a third row, third row.
The Mazda CX-70 is a mid-size two-row luxury crossover SUV, but from a mainstream brand. If you want three rows, it is the CX-90 you must buy. Interestingly, everyone I talk to buying mid-size SUVs want three rows. I wonder who buys the two-row mid-size SUVs. The good news is that this is a copy-paste of the CX-90, which is, according to me, the best in class. There are two new drivetrains, a mild 48-volt hybrid inline 6 and a 4-cylinder plug-in hybrid. All have 8-speed automatics, all are all-wheel drive. There are 4 hybrid versions. You can see our tester on screen now. Pricing starts at $50,000 and tops out at $62,000. GSL, GT, GTP, or our tester signature. Highlights are the beautiful exterior, bested only by Volvo under $100,000. GSL has 19-inch wheels, power liftgate, auto dimming rear view mirrors, 3-way climate control, 10-way power driver's seat, leatherette trim, wired Apple CarPlay and Auto, and that is pretty complete for a base model. For your information, Powertrain is 280 horsepower, 332 pounds of torque, and 9.9 liters in the city and 8.4 liters on the highway, or 2328 mpg. The GT is an incredible value at $54,000, which includes 21-inch wheels, 12-speaker Bose sound system, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and leather seats. GTP has a few additional options for $58,000. Our signature, which is $62,000, is the most desirable SUV under $100,000. Unique 21-inch wheels, premium Napa leather with a unique tan color, dark arbor interior accents, whatever that means. Mazda demonstrates its expertise as a semi-premium luxury brand with the most tasteful interior for the price. It makes you wonder why everyone is not copying them. Also available is the Mazda CX-70 plug-in hybrid. It is available in two versions, $59,000 GSL and $63,000 GT. We get the GT. It is a beautiful plug-in hybrid, though not quite as top-notch as the signature interior. For that compromise, you get a 2.5-liter engine with an electric motor with a combined output of 323 horsepower and 369 pounds of torque. The 17.8 kilowatt hour battery generates up to 42 kilometers of range, a bit short. No info on the fuel economy when you run out of battery. The GSL gets you 19-inch wheels, dual zone climate control, 10-way power driver's seat, and leatherette seating. The GT has black Napa leather or red as an option like our tester, 12-speaker Bose 21-inch wheels, wireless CarPlay and Android Auto, and wireless charging. As with all plug-in hybrids or PHEV, once the battery's 42 kilometers of range goes out, it runs like a regular hybrid on the gas engine, so there is no range anxiety. I would like to double that range. The driving aids are at the level of the competition. First, I'll review the 6-cylinder, then I'll review the 4-cylinder plug-in hybrid.
On the road, how does it compare? Where does it slot itself? What about this mild inline 6 hybrid? This inline 6 mild hybrid, I should rather say. Let's start with the exterior styling. Only Volvo does better. I think Volvo has the most elegant lines for a midsize SUV. It's had it since they've come out, since they took the lead in like 2016, 2017. I remember doing the first reviews with Ross saying, oh my God, these vehicles are so beautiful. I think Mazda is a close second and everyone else is in the back of the field. This is not a premium vehicle. This is a mainstream vehicle competing with Honda, competing with Toyota, competing with GM, Chevrolet. It feels like it's in the semi-premium class. Acura, Lexus, Infiniti. This vehicle, equipped as is 63, 64, 65,000, depending on the options you take. You're getting the optional interior here, which is a slight upcharge. You're getting a higher quality paint, which is a slight upcharge. But apart from that, Mazda doesn't really have that many options. What they have is model versions, right? And they option those up in a logical fashion. So this is the top of the line signature. What to say about this interior? This is where I think Mazda sets itself apart, is the quality of this interior. Guys, it's unbelievable. There's no piano black here on the horizontal surfaces. There is impeccable interfaces here. The touch quality, the haptic quality is wonderful. You have here solid feeling doors. You have here relatively good material quality here. Excellent Alcantara with this burnt orange here. Very soft injection molded type dash material, the Bose sound system, comfortable seats. They're so comfortable. Mazda can make comfortable seats. They made uncomfortable seats for so long, and on this CX-70 they're excellent. Nice steering wheel, nice grips, nice feels natural feeling when you're at the 10 and 2 position. You don't have the kind of like metallic interfaces that I've seen on other Mazdas here on the interior of the steering wheel, which I'm just noticing now. You have here wonderful climate control interfaces, all buttons. You have here this pain in the ass knob interface, central knob, though it is touchscreen here on top. But I just don't enjoy using the Mazda interfaces. Thankfully, the infotainment is large at eye level, high contrast, snappy responsiveness, so that is very good. So far this is a class above, and I think only Telluride and Palisade from Korea come close in making you feel in an uptick product. You know, these vehicles are very expensive. I'm feeling a total bargain at $65,000. Think about that. So $65,000 a bargain. So here we are. We're closing 2024. We're going into 2025, and that's a bargain. Other things. This engine transmission, they call it the inline 6-mile hybrid. There's really nothing that special about it. Normal hybrids, as soon as you press on the brakes, the engine will turn off, and then as soon as you get on the gas, rather robustly, the engine will turn on, and sophisticated systems will do so unperceptibly. It's not the case with the Mazda. When you're on the brakes, you feel that the engine is still on. It's more like a sophisticated start-stop with a slight push on acceleration, and I think that's what this mild hybrid is. At least that's what it feels like on the road. You get this wonderful heads-up display, wonderful. The transmission is an 8-speed, doesn't draw attention to itself. It's not spectacular, but I mean, it doesn't draw attention to itself. It does the job. I mean, there's nothing special, in my opinion, about this drivetrain. So drivetrain feels non-premium. The suspension feels non-premium. It does feel solid on its feet, though I am here on the Montreal Trail, and it doesn't feel that awesome. You're feeling slightly the bumps like you would the other non-premium mid-size SUVs. So that makes it. The road on the noise, the road noise on the highway, the wind noise on the highway is in the good average for the non-premium segment, no problem. However, it's not quite up to the Lexus RX or Acura. However, that's where it stops. Everything else is at the level of Lexus and Acura or better. And that's what makes this vehicle so premium. I feel so good sitting in here. I walked up to this vehicle, it looked good. I'm driving it around in the city. This interior is just making me feel so good about my test drive. It's really makes you, it's about, you know, luxury is about how it makes the person feel who's behind the wheel. And it certainly makes me feel that I'm in a premium product, and that is very high level. Of course, you get a simplistic MI drive, which allows you to toggle between sport, normal, and off-road. Really, this is not an off-road vehicle. Leave it in normal. It's doing fine, and that's it. All right. In fact, if it would only have normal, I think no one would complain. So, Mazda showing its years of excellence and craftsmanship in this vehicle in terms of its ability to deliver a quality product at a reasonable price. I know it's very hard to wrap your heads around that, but we have to think about the category, what people are buying. It's all around, the all-equipped versions are between $60,000 and $70,000, and Mazda slots itself very well. In my opinion, this vehicle is a top 2 in the category. If I'm shopping for a mid-size, non-premium SUV, it has to be either Palisade, Telluride, or this. And everyone else is just lying in the dust. That includes the Toyota products, that includes the Honda products, that includes the Chevrolet products, that includes everyone. They're just not in the game, in my opinion, and that's all I have to say about that. So I know that's a bold statement I'm making, but anything I say I'm willing to back up. You can go test drive them and you let me know what you think in the comments below. And that's not just for you to interact with YouTube so that the algorithm raises the profile of this video. That aside, I'd like to know when I make these bold kind of statements. If you disagree, let me know in the comments, because I'm pretty confident about my assertions, let's just say. First of all, I just want to make a few remarks before I get going. At this price, I need to feel my money. All right, it can't just be piano blacks, trim pieces from crappy models lower down the line. I gotta feel my money. It's $60-something thousand. I don't care if there's a government rebate or not. I need to feel my money. All right, and I can feel it everywhere in this vehicle. I can feel it when I look at the exterior. I can feel when I look at the paint quality. That's a remark Ross made, very good. I can feel it with the panel gaps. I can feel it with just the coherence of the design language, which is just beautiful. All right, I think Volvo makes the best looking exterior designed crossovers, and I think this is a close second. On the inside now, just when you open the door, it feels very quality. When you close the door, it feels very quality. You have here a wonderful heads-up display, beautiful dash. Here you do have a very complex interface. You have beautiful buttons here for the climate control. So easy to interface with, very high quality stuff. You have here a wonderful feeling door. You have here a Bose sound system, but you don't get the chrome grille. You get kind of like the piano, not the piano, but the regular plastic grille. And it feels kind of cheap now that I touch it. The little cuts that were made for this plug-in hybrid, right? That battery costs so much money. Still costs a lot of money for those batteries. You have, like I was saying, lots of space, nice leather quality. Seats are comfortable. Lots of space in back, plenty of space in back. I would say the main difference between the CX-9 and the CX-70/90 was that in the CX-9, when you were sitting inside, even though it was a mid-size, it felt like a compact, and it was a bit of a turnoff. I mean, it was just such a claustrophobic interior. You can go look at those old reviews that I did way before, and I think I made that remark. Here, it feels like a slightly smallish mid-size SUV. All right. It doesn't feel ginormous, but you definitely feel you're in a mid-size and not a compact. You didn't get cheated that way. Rear seat room, plenty. Rear trunk room, plenty. So this is very good stuff. This really has a personal luxury feel. Like you can tell with the quality of the dash and the materials and just this effort in design language, this thoughtful design language. No piano blacks here. So refreshing, Mazda. Very good job. And like these nice 3D ventilation hubs. There's a lot of work here. There's a lot of work for the detailer too. I mean, Consuela from Family Guy, when she's cleaning this, she's gonna ask you for some clean interior products from Pan the Organizer to get this all done. I mean, there's just no question. So this is the kind of interior it is. Lots of cracks and crevices. It's certainly not the minimalist approach like some other manufacturers. But I like it. I just find it so charming. There's charm built into this vehicle. When have you said that the last time about a mid-size crossover? You get the wonderful panoramic roof. You get the driving aids, the Mazda driving aids, which do the job. There's nothing special about them, but it gets the job done. And that's really what it is. So where is the vehicle? So a lot of the things about this vehicle, they feel high end. All right, that's kind of one of Mazda's thing. It feels like it's priced below what it feels like. Where Mazda cut, I think, is right here. The buttons here inside the steering wheel, for example, I think in a Mazda 3, they're all made out of like a brushed aluminum. very heavy quality feeling. Now it's more the cheaper plastic, the Bose speakers like I was talking about. And I think I can't really see where else they cheaped out. There's just less perhaps of a high-end feel than the mild hybrid 6-cylinder version. But apart from that, it's really good. I mean, compared to the other plug-in hybrids, of which there are almost none, it just washes them away, right? It just kills the competition. So that is what I have to say about that. Also, the powertrain. This is a very noisy plug-in hybrid. It's a very unrefined going from gas to electric feel. Like you can really feel it. It's not like a seamless thing. It's not at all seamless. I would say that the Mazda suspension, which is, in the world of crossovers, you have very comfortable or comfortable. We car reviewers say comfort and sporting, but it's between very comfortable and comfortable. And this is definitely on the side of comfortable and not very comfortable, whereas something like, let's say, the Hyundai Palisade is on the side of very comfortable. The suspension, you feel slightly the bumps, just in a very soft way, whereas the other ones floats over them. And that's fair. It's not the high level $100,000 suspension. It's the suspension you expect from vehicles in this class, right? So that is where you feel where Mazda is not. At one point in time, they can't do miracles, right? For $60-something thousand, they can't give you a $100,000 vehicle everywhere. So a wonderful value, great looks, improved interior space. You still get 42 kilometers of range. I would have liked maybe 80 kilometers, but whatever, to make this really usable and awesome. Of course, anytime you have a plug-in, if you can't plug it in from home, there's just no point, right? So if you don't have access to a plug, what's nice though with a plug-in hybrid is you can plug it on a regular wall outlet, and by the next day you should be more or less topped up, which is kind of nice. And so that's what I have to say about this vehicle. It's just first class. It's my personal best. It's a top 3, objectively speaking. It's the top 3 in the category. And I think that Toyota and Honda are irrelevant versus this vehicle. So I can't recall when I've said that in the past. I don't think I've ever said that. And that is the review. So highly recommendable on the lease and the purchase. By the way, if you like this video, like it. If you don't like it, don't like it. And if you really like it, well then of course, you should subscribe. And that is it.